We have our city council is very much here and present and ready to be accounted for. Let's see, Councilor Michael Garcia, raise your hand. And Councilor Alma Casper, and Councilor Carol Romero-Worth. Councilor Chavez, nice to see you today with your whole family. We have two state representatives, Linda Serrato with family, and there's Raina Sapansky, our state representative. Everybody wants to be here today. This is the place to be. And of course we've got the Fuego are in the house. And you can't ask for a better group of guys to show up and show support than the Santa Fe baseball team. Thank you all for being here. Good luck, keep going, make the playoffs. And the Gloomers in the house. Amen. Thank you. Yes. Congratulations for being here, you all. We appreciate you. You know, I was talking with Eli on the way over. And of course, this is not his first disability pride. He did this in New York, made it happen there, and is spearheading the New Mexico and Santa Fe effort. But he was reminding me about what a mistake even the word disability is. It really doesn't make sense to call some things disabilities and some things not. And we are all, one way or another, on a journey toward disabilities. We are all going to get there sooner or later. Some start a little earlier, some get there when they get there, but there's none of us who is not going to have the opportunity to have a disability and to come together to deal with it, to make life better for everyone. Oh, I am sorry. I just saw you standing there. We have Sam Ledoux, City Councilor from Espanola is in there. Come on up here. Wow. Yeah. We are a regional organization here. Thanks, Sam. I just wanted to set the stage because so often we treat the idea of a disability as something that's a problem, or people with disabilities who are not able-bodied and therefore don't really have the same opportunities. That's not the world we live in. The world we live in is one where everyone deserves the same amount of opportunity, the same degree of accessibility, the same degree of inclusion and respect. And that's why we're here today. We want to make it clear that Santa Fe stands for disability pride for everyone in our community. Now we're going to read a proclamation and raise a flag in just a minute. Before we do that, Representative Sapansky, you have your own announcement to make.
Good morning, everyone. What an amazing turnout for the very first Disability Pride Parade. I am so happy to be here with you. I'm State Representative Raina Sapansky. I'm so happy to be here with my colleague, Representative Linda Serrato, and Representative Tara Lujan, for which this is a very important issue, could not be here today. She's out of town. So I'm bringing her regards as well. And I have a certificate from the New Mexico House that I want to read to you. Before I do that, I also want to let you know that the hard work of many of the advocates here has resulted in us hiring an accessibility consultant for the Capitol. So I am asking and hoping that all of you will provide your input. I'll certainly post updates on how to get that input because our Capitol is the centerpiece of our state legislature, and it should be accessible to everyone, to every single person in our state. And we have a lot more work to do. We've made strides. Things have gotten a little better, but we have a lot more work to do. There's a lot more that we can do to make that place a really welcoming, safe, and accessible place for all. So I'm very excited about that, and now I'm going to read you this proclamation from the New Mexico House. The House of Representatives of the State of New Mexico, in recognition of July as Disability Pride Month and the Santa Fe Disability Pride Parade, July 13th, 2024, Whereas July is Disability Pride Month, recognizing the landmark federal law banning discrimination on the basis of disability. And whereas, while most people think of disabilities as a physical impairment, they can also present as neurodivergency, such as autism, epilepsy, traumatic brain injury, mental or behavioral health concerns, and more. Whereas the citizens of the city of Santa Fe and New Mexico as a whole continue to recognize their collective responsibility in shaping an increasingly inclusive and welcoming community. Whereas civility, respect, kindness, and friendship are commonly shared values of the people of Santa Fe. And whereas one of the greatest assets of the state of New Mexico is the multitude of diverse people who reside within the state. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives of the state of New Mexico that the month of July be recognized as Disability Pride Month, and be it further resolved that the Santa Fe Disability Pride Parade be recognized for fostering an environment of awareness, inclusivity, and the rights of people with disabilities. Thank you so much. And I have 3 copies of this that I'm going to be presenting to the organizers as a keepsake. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's hear it for Representative Rena Sapansky and Linda Serrato. Thanks for being here. A couple of people who would have liked to have been here. Councilor Pilar Faulkner, who has vision issues, couldn't be here, and Councilor Sidney Lindell, who has hearing issues, couldn't be here as well. But they are pioneers in recognizing that we all need to stand together and work together. And I'm staring at the Special Olympics Santa Fe. How did I not mention you all? You are athletes. We love you. Yeah, we've got athletes with medals. We've got athletes with tremendous abilities, and we love you. And thanks for representing Santa Fe in the Special Olympics. You're the best. There you go. Before we go any further, I want to make sure everybody knows what this flag represents. These colors are chosen on purpose. I think it might be upside down, but it depends on who you talk to. We have black. We have black on each end. And the black represents the anger and mourning over eugenics and the neglect that disabled people have to fight against. And for those lost to illness, suicide, abuse, and ableist violence. So black is the color that represents anger and mourning. Then we have red. Red is physical disabilities. Gold, neurodivergence. White, invisible disabilities and disabilities not yet diagnosed. Blue stands for emotional and psychiatric disabilities. And green is sensory disabilities. So the flag has very, very deep meaning, and all the colors represent the different ways in which disability pride is being raised today. Now with that, I want to move ahead. That's a good one. Let's hear it for that. Yeah. I have an official proclamation of the city of Santa Fe, and I want to make sure we give it all the time it deserves, because this is our first parade and we want to do it absolutely right. This is from the office of the mayor. Whereas on July 26, 1990, 34 years ago, the United States Congress enacted the Americans with Disabilities Act, known as ADA, prohibiting discrimination on the basis of disability and declaring that millions of people with disabilities have a right to equality in our nation. And whereas Disability Pride Month coincides with the anniversary of the ADA and expands upon the ADA's message of equality, celebrating the history, achievements, experiences, and challenges, and valuing the immense diversity and strength of the disabled community. And whereas Disability Pride empowers people with disabilities to define their own identity and self-worth breaks down stigmas and stereotypes, recognizes their inherent value, serves as means of reshaping false negative perceptions, and dismantling ableism, bias, and discrimination. And whereas recognizing that inclusion and accessibility in both physical and virtual environments with affordable and accessible housing, transportation, healthcare, websites, and more is a matter of social justice and must be inclusive of everyone, regardless of ability, in order for true progress and necessary change to occur. And whereas people with disabilities still face daily barriers in our community to participate equally and access opportunities and resources, often experience discrimination based on having a disability that is compounded with discrimination based on race, gender identity, sexual orientation, immigration status, religion, age, among others. And whereas the city of Santa Fe values its diverse community and recognizes that disability is a natural part of life that intersects with all other identities and experiences within our community, and strives to include disability equity in order to create an inclusive community through its actions, laws, policies, employees, advisory committees, and our governing body. Whereas we recognize that much work remains to be done to achieve full inclusion and equity, and that Disability Pride Month encourages us to acknowledge the diversity and complexity of issues within the disabled community in order for us to better understand and address continuing ableism, discrimination, barriers, and inequities. Disability Pride Month reaffirms our commitment to take meaningful action to build a city that is inclusive for all. Now, therefore, I, Alan M. Weber, Mayor of the City of Santa Fe, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim July as Disability Pride Month. Remember, everybody, disabled rights are human rights. Disabled rights are human rights. So with that, can we raise the flag? Everybody. I want to make sure everybody knows there's entertainment and tabling at the plaza, so be sure to go over there and enjoy all of the celebration. And Eli, you have a special announcement.
Yes, I wanted to thank everyone in the community today. This was amazing. Last year we had maybe 1/10 of this many people come. So each year we're going to grow. And I wanted to give a special shout out to Angelique Chavez Montoya. Angelique, happy birthday, Angelique. Happy birthday. Let's have fun. Thank you all.
See you over at the plaza, everybody. Have a wonderful day.